The story begins with a man named Sam traveling by train. His life isn't going well, and he faces problems at every turn. It turns out he's headed to a desolate, desert-like town to start a new job. While eating alone on the train, he sees a woman with her child across from him. Seeing their condition, Sam gives them his food. When he gets off at the station, the entire area is empty. The company had told him a man named Rick would pick him up. Sam looks around and spots a man in a room. Sam tries to talk to him, but the man ignores him. When Sam asks where the restroom is, the man only gestures. Sam gets angry but keeps quiet and goes to the washroom. After he's done, he hears a man's voice from outside. "Hurry up and get out, brother. Even water costs money here." This is actually Rick, who is supposed to take Sam to the company. They both get into the car and head towards the company. On the way, Rick tells Sam he'll have to pay $300 for the travel. Sam is surprised, saying the company quoted $200. Rick angrily replies, "If you can pay $300, fine, otherwise get out." Sam figures he has no other choice, so he agrees. After a while, the heat becomes intense. Sam tries to turn on the AC. Rick immediately gets angry, saying, "Don't touch the AC, or the engine will seize." Suddenly, the car's tire punctures. Rick doesn't do anything himself and tells Sam to change the tire. Sam reluctantly starts changing the tire. While doing so, he sees one dog attacking another. Sam is terrified by this. Rick walks over and says, "Why are you shaking, brother? This happens all the time." He then kills the injured dog himself to spare it more pain. Sam manages to change the tire with great difficulty, and they get back in the car. That night, they stop the car to refill fuel and decide to spend the night there. They gather wood and light a fire. Rick asks Sam why he's going so far for the company. Sam explains that life has been hard, he wants to become self-reliant, and he's sure he'll get a good job there. Rick tells him he's a good man, but where you're going, everyone will suck your blood. An honest person doesn't survive there. Sam says, "Let's see what happens." The next day, they resume their journey. Sam is driving now, and Rick is asleep. Because of the excessive heat, Sam secretly turns on the AC. A little while later, the engine seizes. Rick wakes up and is furious at Sam. "Brother, didn't I tell you not to mess with the AC?" He gets out of the car in a rage. Sam gets out too and apologizes to Rick. Rick gets even angrier and tells him to shut up. After this, Sam goes to urinate. Walking a little distance, he sees a glowing rock. When he looks closely, he realizes it's pure gold. He immediately calls Rick. "Hey, come here, check this. Am I dreaming?" Rick is shocked as soon as he sees it. He takes out a lighter, lights a flame, and places it on the rock. He says, if it turns black, it's a normal rock. Otherwise, it's pure gold. The rock remains unchanged, meaning the gold is confirmed. Now they both take out equipment and start digging a hole to try and extract the gold. They use all their strength, but the rock doesn't even budge. Rick tries to tie the gold to the car with a rope to pull it out, but the rope snaps because the gold is so heavy. They keep working, digging all day long. As the sun begins to set, Rick tells Sam to hurry and gather wood because wild dogs are roaming nearby. "They'll bite us at night. If we light a fire, they'll run away scared." They gather wood and light a fire. In their excitement, they start singing, playing music, and dancing. Rick hugs Sam and says, "I'll buy you a car with full AC." That night, they sit and make a plan. Rick says the gold rock is huge. Even if they dig for months, they won't be able to get it out. So one man will stay here by the rock, and the other will go get an excavation machine. Sam says, "Brother, you go get it. I'll watch the rock." Rick says, "No, brother, you go. I'll sit by the rock. This is a desert. There are wild animals everywhere. You won't be able to handle it." Sam doesn't trust Rick and says, "It's fine. Don't worry about me. I'll survive. You're a thief anyway. You might run away with the gold. How can I trust you?" Rick agrees and says, "All right, brother, I'll go. You watch the gold." The next day, they divide the rations. Rick gives Sam a satellite phone so they can stay in contact. Rick explains that a friend of his has an excavation machine, and he'll bring that. He asks Sam to pray the car doesn't break down on the way. He says it might take him 5 days to return, and then he leaves. Sam covers the gold with dirt so that no one passing by can see it. He also sets up a small tent near the rock. Before sunset, he gathers wood to light a fire at night. At night, he sits by the fire, eats a little food, and saves the rest. Suddenly, he hears the sounds of wild dogs and realizes that being alone makes him an easy target. He gets scared and falls asleep with a knife in his hand. The next morning, the bright sun wakes him up. He's very hot and exhausted. He didn't get enough sleep, and the sun's heat is burning his skin. Just then, the satellite phone rings. Sam rushes to the phone, but the call disconnects. He sits in the tent looking at the gold and imagines that after selling it, he'll buy a big house first. Sam then walks around the nearby area. A short distance away, he sees a crashed plane. He immediately goes to the crash site and decides to stay there. However, the gold rock is out of sight from there. So he takes some pieces of the plane and builds a shelter near the rock. Sam tries to rest for a while to conserve water and reduce fatigue. Suddenly, he hears noises outside, as if someone is stealing the gold rock. He goes out, but nothing has changed. The rock is as it was. Then he gets an idea. Why not cut off a piece of gold from the rock? Sam picks up a rock and starts trying to break off the gold, and he succeeds in breaking off a large piece of gold. He cleans the dirt off it and keeps it with him. During this time, Rick calls. Sam says, "Hey brother, where are you? The sun is killing me." Rick says, "The engine broke down, Yar. I'll be a little late." Sam shouts, "Hurry up, I'll die of thirst." Rick says it will take him a few more days, and hangs up. That night, Sam is sitting by the fire, and the dogs start howling all around him. Sam is afraid the dogs might attack all at once. He grabs a burning piece of wood to scare them away. He stays awake all night out of fear of the dogs. Morning arrives. He wants to sleep, but the sun has burned his skin. The pain prevents him from sleeping. He goes to drink, but very little water is left. Just then, he sees a snake coming towards him. He tries to kill it so he can eat it, as his food is also nearly gone. But while trying to kill the snake, the water bottle falls, and only a little water remains. He goes back to the plain area, hoping to find some food or water. Then he sees a person approaching from a distance. He quickly goes inside and hides in the plane. But the person comes near the plane and asks Sam to come out. Up close, it turns out to be a girl who wants to talk to him. But Sam is unwilling to talk. The girl asks, "What are you doing sitting here, and why did you choose this place?" Sam says nothing, just stays quiet. A little later, Sam tells the girl that she can stay in the plane and leaves the area himself. The girl says, "You're hiding something from me." She starts following Sam and reaches his camp. She keeps asking Sam, "How did you get here?" Sam now gets nervous. He thinks, before she sees the gold, I need to somehow scare her away from here. Sam tells the girl, "Why are you following me? You're not needed here. You should leave." The girl says, "I won't leave until I find out why you're trying to scare me away from here. You must be hiding a secret from me." Just then, her eyes fall on the gold. She says, "Ah, so that's it. You've become the sole owner of all this gold. You're going to take this whole treasure alone? Now listen to me. I won't leave here until I get half the share of this." Sam becomes furious. He picks up a stick and hits her directly on the head. The girl dies instantly. Sam is in shock. He can't believe that his greed led him to kill someone. He then pulls himself together, takes all her valuables, digs a hole, and buries her body. A little later, he sees a dog trying to dig up the body from the hole. Sam rushes over, drives the dog away, pulls the body out, and burns it with fire. The next day, he wakes up to the phone ringing. Sam tells Rick, "Hey brother, where are you? I'm dying of hunger. If you don't come soon, I'll die of hunger and thirst." Rick says, "Sorry, I know you're in a lot of pain. I'm coming soon. It's just that the excavation machine is very slow. It will take a little more time." Sam is worried. His condition is worsening from hunger and thirst, and on top of that, he fears a wild animal attack. A little later, he sees a car driving on the road. He considers taking a piece of gold and leaving, but his greed for more gold stops him. He could have taken one piece of gold, which would have changed his life, but the desire for more made him stay here. Before evening, Sam gathers wood for the night, but suddenly a very strong sandstorm hits. He runs toward the tent, but the storm blows his tent away. Sam runs around to save his life, but then a tree falls on him. After the storm stops, Sam finds himself buried in the sand with a piece of wood piercing his stomach. But Sam was so consumed by greed for gold that instead of pulling the wood out of his stomach, he goes straight to the gold spot. He searches for the gold all around and finally finds a piece. Sam jumps with joy. Then he pulls the wood out of his stomach and a lot of blood starts gushing from the wound. He takes a piece of cloth and ties the wound, but the bleeding doesn't stop. Out of desperation, he heats up a piece of a can over the fire and puts it on the wound. The pain is so intense that Sam passes out. After a while, he regains consciousness. He sees the same girl he killed everywhere. His mind starts playing tricks on him. He can't tell if it's real or a hallucination. Just then, the phone rings. Rick calls. Sam screams, "That girl is everywhere!" Rick says, "Which girl?" "Look, don't let anyone know about the gold. If anyone is found out, kill them." But Sam's condition is so bad that he can't even stand on his feet, let alone kill anyone. He is crawling on the ground and doesn't even have the strength to answer. Suddenly, the same girl appears in front of him, but this time there are no wounds on her face. She offers Sam water and offers to help. But Sam was so blinded by greed for the gold that he refuses to accept the help. Sam fearfully says, "I killed you, stay away." She asks, "Just tell me one thing. Did my twin sister pass through here?" Then Sam realizes that this is not a hallucination, but the sister of the girl he killed. Sam says, "No, I didn't see anything. Just leave here." After that, the girl walks away. A little later, wild dogs start approaching him and surround him from all sides. He immediately calls Rick. He asks Rick where he is. "Hurry up, or these dogs will kill me." He starts crying and begs Rick to please come quickly, saying he is about to die. Rick says, "Hold on, I'm just about to arrive." Suddenly, the dogs attack. One by one, they start tearing at him. Here, we see that Rick is sitting far away from Sam, watching everything through binoculars. In fact, he had arrived with the machine several days ago and was just waiting for Sam to die so he could take all the gold alone. As the wild dogs drag Sam away, Sam is still looking at the gold. When Rick is completely sure that Sam is dead, he drives the car over to take the gold. But suddenly, an arrow hits him directly in the chest, and he also dies. The person who shot the arrow is none other than the twin sister of the girl whom Sam killed. And in this way, this story of greed and deceit reaches its end. Like the video and subscribe the channel to watch more videos like this.